Sometimes we can solve issues in rehearsal simply by directing people's listening towards the problem and nothing else. It's sort of like our job is to point out issues that they may not already be aware of. Well, how does this translate into rehearsal? Well, we can think of that practice principle idea that we've talked about in other videos. The idea that we can just play a piece from beginning to end over and over again without saying anything other than, let's run it again. And the piece will probably get better over time because people will be listening and saying, oh wait, they'll be finding problems themselves and self-regulating them and fixing them. Maybe not all of them. Well, so then our job is then to point things out that they may not already be aware of, that we can accelerate that process of everybody in the ensemble finding and fixing problems for themselves. So for example, we might say, violins, listen in measure 25. Notice I didn't say anything other than listen. That's all I said. Just be aware that something may be going on there. So when we get to 25 the next time, they're going to be thinking, all right, there's something going on in 25. There it is, and hopefully fix it from there. This idea is a little bit like, have you ever seen a movie or a painting or something, and someone pointed something out to you that you didn't notice the first time, but once you knew it was there, you couldn't believe you didn't see it? Like, I can't believe I didn't recognize that computer sitting in the background, or that mic in the frame by accident, or whatever it is. And now that you point it out, it's so obvious to me. We're doing that using this directed listening technique. Violins in measure 25, there's something going on that you're not aware of. And when they get there, holy cow, I didn't realize that I was playing a G sharp. I didn't realize that I'm not lining up with the cellos. Okay, I can't believe I missed it. It was so obvious now that you've pointed it out. So we can get a lot of mileage through that technique. And we don't just have to be as generic as listen in measure 25. We can be a little more specific. We might say, violins, listen to your pitch in measure 25. Well, now we've given them something specific. It's kind of like saying, violins, look at the top left part of the screen. There's something going on there. Listen to your intonation. There's something going on there. So when they get to measure 25, ooh, yes, I am. I'm flat on that D. I need to fix that. We can be even more specific. We can say, violins, listen to your intonation on the D natural. Good, now we've really focused their attention. Like, make sure you watch the top left of the screen right where that telephone pole is. Watch right there. And so they can be very aware of that. And we can become even more specific. We can say, violins, be aware of your pitch on measure 25 in the D natural. It tends to be flat. And now we've given them a specific direction too, but still directed their listening to something very specific. Now, none of these things may work. It's very likely that still we're going to have to use various other techniques to get the musical effect that we're looking for. But we can get a lot of mileage by simply directing people to listen to specific sections.